So hi Cathy, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Great. We're here with Cathy from Beautyink in Sydney, and Cathy, you've had your business now for over 9 years.
Yeah, that's right.
That's amazing. And you actually studied with us initially.
I did. I studied whilst I was at school.
Yeah.
And then my career kind of took off from there, and here I am today, 9 years later.
That's it. And I mean, you've had an amazing career. And we might just take a couple of minutes to sort of talk about that, because, you know, the opportunities that have come your way and what you've done throughout your career is just really amazing. So if we go back, you know, probably more than 9 years ago, you studied with us.
Yeah.
And then you went in and you finished off your beauty therapy apprenticeship.
Yes, that's right. So I feel that I had the opportunity where it was both fields that I wanted to go down. And I took one step at a time, and I was lucky enough to finish both. And and I've just been working in both pathways.
Yeah, so you're studying makeup and beauty.
Yeah.
And so you're in salon. And how many years were you working in salon?
I was working in salon for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And then whilst I was working in salon, obviously I became more qualified. And then as we were getting new apprentices in, I kind of took a liking to, to showing them my own skills.
Yes.
And that's where it was, it was okay. I think I would like to go into the, the pathway of training and assessing.
Yeah. And so Cathy then went into teaching, and you taught for us actually for a number of years, which was amazing. And then you flew the desk, you grew bigger wings, and you went into a big national training organisation.
Yeah, I did.
And you were travelling and teaching.
So that was more of the corporate, where I was teaching beauty therapy, and I was travelling all around Australia. So
amazing.
That was great opportunities.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so since doing that, you've sort of landed your feet back in Sydney so much, and you've been working on your business and building your business up. Yeah,
definitely. So I think the best thing about this is I've always, I suppose, things get in the way at times, but we can, it's always allowed me to go back and pick up from where I actually left
with
off.
Your freelance business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so, I mean, your business is amazing. So you've got like weddings and special occasion jobs. You're doing a lot of makeup all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
And sort of how did you sort of get the ball rolling, like with promoting your business?
So for me, it was more word of mouth. I remember when I first actually started, I did a massive advertisement campaign with a certain company, and that was, I was actually offering 50% off.
Okay.
And then from that 50% off, yes, I was walking out with, some people would say that I was cutting myself short, but my biggest thing was getting myself out there and making, networking with new clientele, and that's exactly how I wanted it to happen, exactly how it happened, because still to this day I'll get calls from people, from past brides saying, you did my wedding, 6 years ago, you're still in the industry, and it's just so nice to have that repeat. And I've always just stayed in that marketing, just word of mouth.
Yeah, excellent.
It's always worked for me.
And so with the wedding market and special occasion market, what do you love about doing makeup in that industry, in that sector?
I think it's obviously meeting the bride, let's say, or the person getting the treatment done. It's getting to know them. It's, actually delivering what they want, and that's something that I've always been big on. I've always been big on feedback, so I would never ever let my client leave without without them either telling me they want something changed. I don't see that as a negative. I expect them to tell me, that they want more of or less of, because then I know when I walk out, I'm confident, confidently I'll know that they've actually liked the service that I've provided. So that was my biggest thing. Yeah,
giving them, making sure it's a really personalised look.
Absolutely,
not a one-size-fits-all.
No, and I think that's quite important.
Yes.
Where, where I suppose you have to feel comfortable in your own skin. So, and especially being, a wedding, my biggest thing is, you're paying a lot of money for your photos and your video. I would hate for them to not like their wedding photos because of a makeup look that I've done on them.
And I mean, your clients have really, you've obviously got this great number of clients because you have won awards.
Yes.
We became finalists in the ABIA Awards.
Yeah, definitely. So a few years back, I was quite active within the ABIA Awards, and I was lucky enough to become finalist 2 years in a row.
Amazing,
so,
amazing. That's a testimony to how your clients,
definitely.
love you and the treatment that you
quite
give
an
them.
achievement.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I know with your business too, you love the idea of doing specialised services and things like that.
I'm very big on that. I suppose that's the point of difference with myself and Beautyink, where I like to, offer these services that I feel that aren't really tackled within our field, and that's something that that I'm big on, especially with remedial camouflage.
Yeah.
It's not just about covering tattoos. I've had males contact me where they're self-conscious with a birthmark on their face, for example.
Yes.
And I've been able to walk in, sit with them, teach them how to actually apply, and and then walk out, and then them be over the moon because them thinking, oh, that's not possible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So to be able to give that feeling of empowerment to your
Oh,
clients.
absolutely. And I've even worked with someone that was going for a job interview where they weren't allowed to have any tattoos shown on their on their arms. They were midway of tattoo removal,
Right.
And I just helped with that process, and it was a massive achievement for me to actually know that they actually got the job, and they got the job because I helped them.
Excellent.
Cover up.
That's amazing.
The tattoo.
That's amazing. And with your marketing strategy, I know that you do a lot of expos.
Yes.
Yes.
So with the expos, I suppose at times they can be good. There are times that you might not get a lot of bites out of them, but I find that I get a positive feedback out of these expos, and so I like to expand to my areas when doing expos.
Yeah, great.
What I find my biggest thing is I like to demonstrate my services. So another thing that I actually specialise in is airbrushing.
Fantastic. Yep.
So I find that with the airbrushing, it's a great service to bring into the business. Number one. Number two, it's so easy for me to say, to the potential bride, sit down, let me do a quick demonstration. It's just more for you to feel what the product feels like, and leave it. And I always recommend, leave it on to the next, to the night, and then from there, I always find that I'll get a message or a phone call saying, hey, can we book in a trial, which is
amazing.
It's been quite successful.
That's great.
In that sense.
That's amazing. So that's great. So Cathy, just to finish up, so what advice would you have for any potential students looking at a career as a makeup artist?
I think the biggest thing would be is obviously finding a training school that's suited for the individual.
Yes.
My biggest thing is always connecting with your trainer.
Yep.
So your trainer is the person. They're not only going to teach you the skills, but they're going to give you the tips and the tricks, and a trainer will always see the potential in you.
Yep.
And then that's where you'd be able to network with them. So my biggest thing is networking. I think that's the biggest thing within this industry, and it is a great industry because you get to network. You're not just networking with hairstylists, you're networking with photographers, videographers, stylists.
That's right.
And depending on what road you actually go down, will depend on on the different people that you will meet.
So be open to all opportunities
yeah,
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't be closed-minded.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just even I know with myself, not even just going down the bridal pathway, like it has, and I've opened up other opportunities that I potentially could have taken, that I could take in the future. So it's just there's always an open an open channel. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thanks, Cathy, for joining us.
No, thank you.
And as I always say, stay beautiful.